as a digital simulation, really, to digitalize, to steal life. It is an anti-life program. It's moving from carbon-based life to silicon-based life to a digital twin of the world that they can control, that is disconnected from spirit and.
I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace.
That was you, right?
Thus my decisions is the war with this speech.
Okay.
Melodies, poems, and beats.
You been in the picture?
But when the time comes,
That's my mom right there. Oh, shit, okay. That's my dad right there.
in the right club, I'm gonna see myself clearly. Bring it
That's
a new day.
Pregnant, okay.
Oh,
And I think she was married to him.
is done.
You
I
weren't
don't
doing
care
it.
what you say.
Oh, okay. My cousin Damien. It's like 90s or 80s, 70s.
They sleep inside your head, and if you haven't done the shadow work,
Okay,
I left my
so my
house
sister's
where
born
you
in
said
76.
I'm
She
envisioning
was like
a
about
world full of
10
love.
years after me.
Teens, like she teens.
Yeah.
It got me in the 80s, so I probably was in the making.
Obvious.
I might be in the belly. I might be in the belly right now.
Melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out.
See, I married a brother, and he already knew about like,
You gotta protect plus homeschool. I'm
being
ready to
indigenous
show
and
us
shit.
they not
Oh, he
just
knew it.
yeah, he was saying like, y'all speak black or whatever.
Yeah, I'm back.
Turn all of us from carbon based to silicone based. Should be wet, the shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system irrigation and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through toast, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets.
Oh, okay. Oh, they're like a young teen.
I'm not
he
some
just
master
turned-
teacher.
I was going to turn 14 on
The
Monday.
pastor or preacher was really represent with this passion to speak up. After doing 25 years in the peace cups, realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets.
We're really approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And then what they're framing it to us as innovation, right? We should all be so excited that this is happening. And I equate it to like the golem bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail. Not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
I think you should probably know that.
I would hope so, man.
They know this shit out, man.
That is absolutely
But I think they was a generation that used us for that shit. Knowing it unknowing.
That's what it was. It was. Yeah. I was there for that shit. Absolutely.
Do it dance the shack down with my shack down. Young fool up too slide, just slide out. Blue
All
style.
that shit.
I look down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes the Jesus melted. The witness of cash money, I just showed it. You did it, you my eyes, I beheld it. You think I fucked it, cause my hand, I dealt it. Feel the vibration, the gun of my velvet.
Hey, my brother told me, right? That nigga, yo, I don't know, Brad, he all in there, he thought some massive move. I'm like, the nigga don't know the first truth about massive move.
I know I can spit my flows and shit to a flat.
You know what I'm saying?
A real man still like with this delay, but we're healing it. It's not sacrificial like I don't shoot. You a tough cookie, I don't follow. I said that. Catch me, you gon' have to do more to scam. Need more to scam. I'm off the radar. I am as you goofies play God. Some worship the Christ, others pray to Allah. Chase a high, drink people on bro. You stagnated, well I straight evolve. At a rate, I'm data space AC, y'all. Bust stuck in the case, face off. After the shape, the stages of fate, they fraud. Battle star intergalactic, my mindset. Perfect cause practice, so I rhyme best. I excel like I'm climbing a step. You got a lot to learn. I am adept, you of no concern. I am a threat. My measurement, width, lift, height, and depth. I'm just policy young. Flying a jet, straight to adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury. I'm a thorough guy, goddammit. Sebastian Capero, I'm a fly bandit. Mohawk, aerodynamics, aerodynamics. And it's like I'm an arrow in precise transit. A Christmas Carol lives what your fans get. The girls and pearls, but I transmit as a transcript. Or I just spit it off the top. This is the shit, or get off the pot. This shit's hot.
His own crew. Everybody wants to get his own crew rich. And then they move to other little people.
It might be ready, cuz.
I understand that.
I was tired on that walk, man, but I woke up. But I'm tired now. Shit. I gotta break down that Xbox shit.
Sure. Y'all really thought that I was done with y'all.
Oh, what's up? Blast, what's cracking? What's happening? What's happening? Deluxe, what's up, man? Man. As you can see, we went on our best walk. We ain't walk far, y'all. Could've kept going.
Here's a big fat yellow, white, red, brown, black.
We could've kept going, y'all. You know what I mean? But look, man, y'all know I don't lie, right? You can't eat cookies. You can't eat cookies and be doing that shit when you get a little older. Nah, we good. We could have probably did it a few more times, actually. But you know, I hadn't eaten nothing. Just a little piece of mango, coffee, and like 3 cookies. I had 3 cookies, motherfucker. Don't worry, I walked that off. Damn, man, I was tired, bro. You know, when I was looking at my vest, right? The way mine set up is about 40, 45 pounds, right? I'm like, nah, you gotta do this. You gotta do this. When you feel like you can't do something and you don't want to do it, that's when you need to get up and do it. Unless you're apprehensive and you feel like maybe something may go wrong, there's no rush to nothing. Time does not matter. Okay? You gotta make time not matter. Alright? Take my word for it. I am tired, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, man. I slept good last night. I'm sleeping good tonight. I'm supposed to pack another bag of clothes I got ready to go. I ain't even doing it. But we're gonna be clearing these tables off. I don't care if we put stuff underneath it, whatever. Some things I gotta throw away. But then there are things that I'm definitely not taking, can't use it. But I need to put things where, like this right here, I gotta make sure that it's, you know, I might leave it right there. But all this other stuff, gotta go. You know what I mean? The plant, it can go on the floor if I'm concerned, or I can stay right there, but all the other stuff, you know what I mean? All that stuff I'm not gonna keep, man. Walk it, maybe that could be good exercise. About 100 walks in the dumpster or something. I don't know. But yeah, man. I hope. May I inspire others to move accordingly. It's not about just self-preservation. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. So what's cracking, everybody? I'm just gonna go ahead and get into this reading and stuff. Original Lone Wolf had a pretty good damn one up. Whoa. That's the brother we got to have here when it comes to filing things and making sure the affidavits are regardless of how they feel. I don't really give a fuck if they had 3 Satans and Nimrods, whatever the fuck they're bringing back, to do the things that need to be done. So it's good to have those people at least on that dynamic to inform them this is what's happening. You've been made aware. Okay? Doesn't matter what happens, war, civil war, whatever. I'm not giving it. I literally can't even give it that energy. Even me saying it is like nothing. You know what I mean? Literally, it's because I have it up here. I know the words, so-called words, and so I'm just throwing them out at you. Hopefully, you don't meditate on that shit. All right? Because that's not what I'm attempting to get you to do. Okay? So let's go ahead and get this kicking. Because I am tired. Gonna have this soup. I don't know. Trying to watch a movie or something. And we've been goggling at fucking friggin' YouTube all night. All day, whatever. And well, walk. Light exercises. And fucking up cookies. Anyway, let's go ahead and get... Let's go ahead and get to this read. Millennial, what's up, Mom? What's happening? What's happening? I got your Lance. I got all you guys. Just want to make sure I got everybody. Let's crack a lacking. You already know. I already know, Sid Nelly. I'll get into this reading, all right? Ooh, I gotta go right to the one that I was... Where's it at? Is that it? Yeah, it's... All right, this one right here. And whenever you're dealing with Tuskegee, this, that, and other, you need to know that this fake-ass government, WHO, because you remember, as far as the syphilis experiment, was based on those Hindu and Gujar fucks, okay? Again, you had the Republicans stand up to do something that Trump had did. And I always say, if you're liberal and you got a problem with this country, why the fuck are you still here? You're not going to change nothing. All you're going to do is assist in turning this into a carpet with your ashes on top of it. And I don't care about your little Karen and Ken feelings. That's what the fuck it is. So let's go ahead. 100 Years of Lynching by Ralph Ginsburg. For those who don't know what the book is, I'll store it there. 4,000. Montgomery Advertiser, April 26, 1959. 4,733 mob action victims since 82. Tuskegee reports. Tuskegee, Alabama, April 25th. While lynchings have about reached the vanishing point in recent years, Tuskegee Institute records show 4,733 persons have died from mob action since 1882. And you gotta remember, these are the fucktards that started coming over here and wanting our land and still having POWs from 1865 and 66 and 67. While many of our people were still fighting this fake ass soon would be government. Nobody lost. They were making treaties as they fled. They were making treaties. Now, except for 1955. Now, when 3 lynchings were reported in Mississippi, none has been recorded at Tuskegee since 1951. In 1945, 1947, and 1951, only 1 case per year was reported. It's obvious as to what was going on. The most recent case reported by the Institute as a lynching was that of Emmett Till, at 14 years old, a Negro who was beaten, shot to death, was an Atlantean, one of the true Judeans. That's what the fuck it is, all right? We're going to stop beating around the bush to make ignorance comfortable, okay? Shot to death and thrown into a river at Greenwood, Mississippi. You know, for so-called adults in their 50s and 40s, they had to be mentally retarded. August 28, 1955 is when it took place. He was accused of making ugly remarks to or whistling at a white woman. A white woman. 2 white men were acquitted
of his death after a trial which attracted international attention. For a period of 65 years, ending in 1947, at least one lynching was reported each year. The most for any year was 231 in 1892. Land being subjugated and taken, homes being moved into. The original, what do they call them? Squatters. Identity takers. From 1882 to 1901, lynchings averaged more than 150 a year. Since 1924, lynchings have been on a marked decline, never more than 30 cases which occurred in 1926, as if that's some okay shit. Among the incidents other than the Till case since 1944 are these. George W. Lee, 51, Negro, shot to death May 7th, 1955, at Benzoni, that sounds Italian, doesn't it? Humphreys County, Mississippi, after he refused to withdraw his name from voting lists. Lamar D. Smith, 63, Negro, shot down on lawn of Lincoln County Courthouse at Brookhaven, Mississippi, August 6, 1955. Smith had been encouraging others of his race to qualify as voters. Montgomery Advertiser, June 7, 1959. When is murder lynching? The recent mob murder of a rape suspect who was taken from a Mississippi jail raises a serious question of definitions. What exactly is a lynching? Tuskegee Institute, WHO, and All Negro Alabama College has become the authority on lynchings in the United States and is most frequently quoted by newspapers as listing just what killing is and what is not a lynching. Tuskegee, which says that Mississippi has had 4 lynchings since 1952, gives this definition of it. There must be legal evidence that a person was killed. That person must have met death illegally. A group of 3 or more persons must have participated in the killing, and the group must have acted under the pretext of service to justice, race, or tradition, to which their race is a fraud, and they have no tradition. Yo, that might be ready, brother. Turn it off, because I turned it up a little bit, man. For real, for real. All right? Yeah, man, I'm ready to eat some of this goddamn soup too, y'all. Exposing the expositions, 1851 to 1950. Knucklehead TV, what's up, beloved? What's cracking? What's cracking? DeAndre, I got you, right? What's happening, man? What's happening? Exposing the expositions of 1851 to 1950. Again, this is Howdy McCalskey's revised edition from his 2019, when the fake demic kicked off. All right? Court of Chicago. Remember, that is a melanated sister. Original Lone Wolf already took you to this place and showed you the very statue that still stands today. A melanated sister looking over the court of honor. They wanted to call the White City. There was nothing white about it other than the goofy job those worthless ass fake Masonic motherfuckers painted. As they walked around goggling at all our incredible works of the remnants of Atlantis, to which everyone came from here. All right. Whew. It's good? Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to get that shit. You know what? My book still mostly presents the idea that the buildings were part of an ancient worldwide civilization. Partially, I think, because it was the theory that I most hope would be true. A somewhat romanticized view of the wonderful and somewhat idyllic past granted many artists of the same period, known as symbolists, such as Arnold Backlund, in parentheses, presented this idyllic idea over and over in their paintings. Why was that style so important in the late 1800s? Were they preserving a Greece and Rome from 2,000 years previous, or one from 100 years previous? It is Another of these great unanswered questions. That is not to say I have dropped the ancient civilization theory, just that other theories must take their place alongside as very possible answers as well. He lacks truth and authority of the narrative of ancient so-called America. And that would be Atlan, or Atlantis, Athriel, which is another word for it, for those who have a hard time consummating another narrative that is outside of what the enemies painted. I know I'm the only one that says it, right? That should be an eye-opener. Back when I was writing this in 2019, even they don't know all that. We were still living in the old world, if we might call it that. I now wonder more greatly if there were people at the time of the expositions feeling just the same as we soon will be. Remembering the lost old world, no matter how important I thought this book was originally when I wrote it, given the significance of what has just come out about. And still to come tells me the study of the affairs of 1851 to 1915 is important. For example, the word reset was being used in 2019 by some alternative history researchers to discuss a time of great change between an old world, in parentheses it states, usually lost via some sort of cataclysmic or destructive event, and the world which followed. Now, what I have to say about it in chapter 7 was left unedited for this version. It is also very important. Excuse me. I have now come to the belief, and of course, I cannot 100% prove it, that the expositions of this period were in fact some sort of marker to a new type of world that seemed to be formed, or you might say manufactured, in the late 1800s. They acted like a doorway or a portal to this new world. All that became our history, science, education, social systems, commerce, had their direct foundation at these world fairs. Just read again of the giant historical exhibits, interactive experiences on the St. Louis Pike in 1904, and see how a new presentation of history could in fact have been manufactured there. And the people receiving this information were more than just reading a book. These interactive exhibits brought the person into what they felt was actual contact with the past, via actors, of course. That's right, the Wild West, all to make a new history. If you were watching Roman gladiatorial combat, getting the visual image implanted of exactly what it was like, then could talk with the gladiator outside the arena, who would of course follow the script he was paid to act out. It could easily fool someone into thinking that they had talked to a real gladiator of 25 AD. Now the historical areas, which is false altogether, the historical areas of these fairs were like mini Westworlds. In fact, this idea of Westworld as model is not that far-fetched. Actually, it comes from that. Now, while the fast step of technological control can now be seen, Aldous Huxley saw that it was actually a different form of control that was what was going to make his Brave New World a reality. Writing in 1957 in his book, Brave New World Revisited, he discusses that the turn of the 20th century was the period of technological engineering. For example, society and people were based around and controlled by technology. Yet, by his time of the 1950s, it was already changing to a society engineering, taking away individuality and freedom, and replacing it with a type of group behavior. Monkeys in a barrel, right? Groupthink and organizations. Here, individuals have to deny their native diversity and conform to a standard pattern. It's funny how the Negro was the last one in 1950, whatever, have had to do their best to become all. Listen to this. Here, individuals have to deny their native diversity and conform to a standard pattern. Have had to do their best to become automata robots. The technological world created the industry and desire for more products and the comforts they bring. But to do that was a forcing of people moving to every large cities, where this group's mind control could be implemented. And we see that today. A bunch of dumbasses, if you ask me. Not meaning to be so spiteful, but a bunch of dumbasses regardless. Even the ones who are behind it. Just pure, wicked, stupid asses. And that's what they are. Huh?
Straight on.
Straight, yeah. Heaven Bearers, my apologies. Heaven Bearers, The New Age of Deception by Janine Helen. Oh yeah. Dragon Sage, what's up? What's happening, beloved? Joe Poe, we have tangible weight and we will not be easily forgotten. Goddamn right. Mahola, what's happening? No preaching. My friend, we know. I love that you just, well, we don't preach. We just share the information, beloved. All right, so let's get into it. Chapter 7, remember? Let's only read a couple of paragraphs. Well, that just ruined the moment. Thanks for the dance, Doc. She teases and gives him a much-deserved kiss, then turns down the radio and finishes what she was doing. He has been good to her and to Cole, back. Being her crutch and taking on all the burdens, sharing their weight and helping her cope with all that has happened. She was always very fond of Cole since the day he was born, and over the years he became her best friend. They were almost nothing alike, but were bonded together with such an unbreakable bond that he admired her for it. Had he died that day, he knows that he would have lost her too. In the beginning, it was tough for him to acclimate to it all and understand her sudden depression, because he himself knew very little hardship or loss. But he loved her, had courage and a big heart, and that is why she married him. Now, from the first day she met him, he knew that no matter what hardship would come their way, he'd stick by her. And he did. He was her anchor and she was his cell. I'm going to be late there. I will see you later. He takes a long, hard look at his amazing wife, wanting the moment to last indefinitely, and calls out to his son upstairs. Bye, Kyle. I used to look at my first wife when she was moving around, and she would never see it. And I would be like, and even though the energy was pain and torment and military and I know she felt that. And when that went away because of her infidelities and everything else, she also could feel that. Bye, Dad. A soft echo reaches down to him and makes him smile. He grabs his coat from the rack and hurries outside into the bright sun. He stops on the last stair on the little staircase leading up to his front door and looks up at the sky, surprised by the glaring sun, wondering if the weather guy got his report wrong today. The traffic wasn't too bad either, so he decides to pull over and grabs 2 cups of coffee and 1 cappuccino for Elsa. He is not normally this generous or thoughtful, but today was a pleasant day and he planned on making the most of it. As he walked back to his car, he was startled to see an owl sitting on the hood, staring directly at him. An owl, people. He placed the tray on the floor and took it in his jacket. Sounds like Moloch, right? Shoo! He motions with his hands and flaps his jacket, trying to scare it away. Shoo, shoo, you silly thing! The bird doesn't move, not even slightly bothered by him, and remains on his car, enjoying the heat radiating from the hood. He looks around him to find something harmless to throw at it, but can't find anything. Sugar, he thinks as he looks down at the tray and picks up the little packets of brown sugar he got with the coffee, and one by one throws them at the owl. The first one misses the owl completely, which didn't surprise him. He was only ever good at rowing and useless at any other sport. He throws the next packet and with luck manages to aim it close enough that it slightly brushes past the owl, startling it enough for it to feel uncomfortable and fly away. Odd, he thought, at the sighting of another owl in such a short frame of time. and wondered if it was the same owl that flew into his office window just last week. Now, what do they say about owls? To be messengers, right? Isn't that correct? Also, to be, what is that called? An omen. Messengers and an omen, yes, one and the same actually. Have any of y'all ever seen an owl? Maybe when I was coming up, every night when we would see 2 or 3 of them, we'd just see those big ass eyes peeking into the windows in the trees when we lived on the 2nd and 3rd floor of my home. We used to be like run to one window, man, you see that owl looking? Is that a cat? That's some big ass eyes. I never forget that. Coming from those night lamps, from those street lamps. Man, shit. So, yeah. Hey, Lance, appreciate that. Daniel, what's going on? Sitting there, what's happening, beloved? Let's get into the dome. Oh, that it still is going to talk about Malcolm and all those and the two children. It's a variable, and you really must pay attention. It's still about targeting. It's still about the things that we're discussing at this moment. And it's important because y'all have no idea of what a custodian is. You don't know about the other things that are out there that you can call upon, but you don't know how to call upon. That are being manipulated, maybe targeted. I couldn't tell you. Where do you think all these rockets usually go? You think they're recovering the same ones that take off? Okay. The dome, an outer space projection. Year 1728, 1725 was the song? No. 1728, The Last Reset by Claudio Nocelli. Nos confounded. No confusion. That's all, brother, right there. I believe it's in Espanol, right? Spain. Right? So chapter 2, the conversations with ancestral humans. Turn that light on, brother. Personally. Yeah, motherfuckers, man, they looking at it. The Chinese motherfuckers, bro.
It's a big one.
Yeah, man. Be a Raymond Shaw kung fu flick out this mother. Anyway, right? Check it out. I think we'll be the only ones that know how to do some shit. Anyway, chapter 2, conversations with ancestral humans, 6th generation. Don't worry, my Chinese brothers and sisters. I'm just playing. Not. The first thing to keep in mind as one goes deeper into the study of the past history of humanity are the resets or restarts. These interruptions of development have an average of stipulated years, except for some exceptions that we will see later, and are carried out by the colonizing parasites, custodians, and Anunnaki. Anunnaki in each cycle, thus generating a new humanity after each reset that with custodial laboratory technology carry out the process of repopulation of the known continents. But the most important detail to keep in mind in that each new beginning is a strict adjustment to improve according to their own perspective the colony. In this way, they carry out great and rigorous modifications in several areas that they consider important. And undoubtedly, the most extensive cycle, and that has marked the custodians the most, was the previous humanity, ancestral, or also known as the Great Tartary era. That happened before the year we know as 1728. The year we know doesn't mean that was the year. Okay? Could the 1,000 years been a war to bring down Tartary? Therefore, could it, from the 6th to the 7th century, a 100-year period, with 28 days, been the reason why they added on 1,000 years? Because all of history was eradicated. Therefore, the years of previous, 128 years prior, would have to be eradicated, and the history of it made anew with a fumbling of Rome and this and Carthage and all the other nonsense. For that reason, the adjustments were even more strict, precise, and inflexible. That means no bending. And one of the many changes that they were going to carry out under the invisible dome would happen precisely in our skies, with the insertion of advanced technology for the illusion by means of projections from outer space, molding everything else to that belief of what we see in the skies and reflecting what on earth then happens. In this way, they would begin to add during the following years of development and according to the path they wanted to take the new humans. The strict education based on the prefixed parameters on calculations adapted in the known theory, in conjunction with the technology that the custodians and Anunnaki beings themselves were going to gradually insert, so that these theories would be well received and could not even be questioned. The idea of the invisible dome projector had a lot to do, according to information gathered by the ancestors, with the Anunnaki beings who, after the last treaty, would have kept a large percentage of the human colony, since the custodians had lost a fierce war against these beings and were forced to sign so as not to lose it in its entirety. They would then have adapted this new model to try to achieve a different path for the long development of the new humanity within the dividing barriers. Thus began this new adapted cycle in the year 1728, with the idea of being able to postpone without any reset by trying to reach its maximum stipulated time, clearly agreed upon in advance, and by removing the new humanity from any idea of being able to obtain information about their environment and the home where they really live, as well as their true purpose on the physical plane and their importance within the Great Dome. Next, we'll begin in Chapter 3, the theory of the invisible dome projector. And that's why I don't really argue and debate, but I mess with people's head and start talking all crazy and Trump's the green orange man bad and Kamala's whatever, man. Whatever. To those ass. Oh, y'all had to get rid of some idiot. Y'all had to hide another idiot. Nico should know better than that. What a dumbass. Yeah, it's a BB gun if you think so. Anyway. Joe Paul, we have tangible weight. I like that, bro. I like that side too, man. I actually have a BB gun. Oh, okay, well, it's good. You need to get a real one, or one of them powerful ones, you know what I mean? Alright? So, yeah, man. Then y'all donate? I ain't gonna look. I'll look tomorrow. If y'all ain't donating, I ain't looking at that shit. If y'all donating, then we cool. Alright, let's keep it rolling. Now, I'm not saying I'm making y'all pay for me talking. It's about books, motherfuckers. But yet, I could, because you know I have my other Twitch card. I just haven't connected it. So that way, when I go live, I can go live over there on Patreon and do different things that only people who pay can watch and see. And which is going to happen. But I prefer to be down in a tent, rustic, like, you know, building and working on some shit, a little dirty, Carhartt down, you know what I mean? And it's going to happen, you know what I mean? I got to get my rights restored. I would donate for a roast. Shit. You already know it's not complicated. You get those, you get your rights already belong to you. They can't, whatever happened. But you gotta play their little fake ass game. Maggie dude was playing music last night. Texas Maggie? Oh, okay. Yeah, we kind of took it down. I took it down early. So, like I said, we, get the hell up out of here. Tomorrow we got a lot of stuff to clear these tables and me get the rest of the stuff out of that stand, and that way this part's kind of done. Throw away whatever's got to be thrown away. Got to see if that lady, if she wants me to bring that table and chairs, because she's supposed to have came by, but I know when you live in a certain area, it's a lot of traveling, especially when you get off work. But anyway, I hope the read was good. I hope you enjoyed it. I wanted to keep it a short one, you know what I mean? And, make the best of it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, you gotta fix that, bro. Anyway, y'all, appreciate y'all, man. I'm about to eat. I'm starving. I'm tired. I want to see a movie or something. I'm tired of looking at fucking YouTube. Cure Me or shared it. Original Lone Wolf shared his. I didn't see if Ganja put anything up. Like I said, man, we're gonna keep pushing forward, pressing, and that's all we can do, y'all. I can do a lot more, but you know what I mean. Joke. Y'all have a good evening. As always, ladies, brothers, and that's the world over. You dig? You dig what I'm saying? All right, catch y'all tomorrow. Dude, that was a short motherfucker. Just under 4.